Welcome to the Tasty Affairs. Today I'm going to do a very tasty fish biryani. So it's called as Malabar fish biryani. It's very tasty. So I have some kingfish steaks here. So the fillet of the steaks. So I marinated them with just turmeric, some pepper powder and salt. So the first step would be to shallow fry these fish pieces. And then I'm using the famous Jeeraga Samba rice. So all these things I've done, and kept already. So these are some fried onions. And I have some cashews and raisins fried. So do all these steps before you start making your biryani. Shallow fry the fish pieces. So I have some oil here. Looks like it's heated. Yes. So as I told you, I just used a teaspoon of turmeric, a teaspoon of pepper powder, a little bit of salt. That's it. And if you want, you can add some lemon juice too. That is also fine. So I'm going to shallow fry them, not deep frying or like your regular fish fry, just shallow fry on both sides. So the fish looks done, both sides the shallow frying is done. So I'm going to remove the fish. So we don't want to cook it more. I'm going to remove all the fish out. There we go. Done basically. Remove the fish. Now the oil is remaining. So I'm going to use the same oil for making the biryani. So in goes 2 tablespoons of butter. You can use ghee also. So once the butter starts melting, I'm going to add our onions. So I'm using 2 medium-sized onions for this biryani recipe because we have some fried onions too. So in goes our onions. So let's wait till the onions get little translucent. So I'm going to add ginger and garlic paste to our onions right now. So I'm going to add 2 tablespoons of ginger garlic paste. So you can add chopped ginger and chopped garlic as well. So I have paste with me, so I'm adding paste today. So cook it till the raw smell goes. After you add your ginger garlic, I'm going to add few spices, so whole spices. So there's a bay leaf, a small piece of cinnamon stick, a little bit of javitri. I have a star anise, around 5 cardamom pods, and around 6 cloves. So mix it again nicely. And then I'm going to add another ingredient, which is a paste that I've made. So I'm going to show you the paste. So I'm going to add around 2 tablespoons of that paste. So this is the paste that I've made with 8 green chilies, some fennel seeds, say a quarter teaspoon of fennel seeds, a few coriander and few mint leaves. So I'm going to add that paste. So around 2 tablespoons of that paste. So it has 8 green chilies. So the spice mostly for this biryani comes from the green chili. So our green paste, ginger, garlic, onions, everything looks good. See, the oil has started oozing out from it. Now I'm going to add our tomatoes. So there's 2 full tomatoes. So I'm going to cook this till the tomatoes get nicely mashed. So our tomatoes looks cooked. So it's a time for adding our masala powder. So biryani don't need a lot of masala powders. So I'm going to make it very simple. So half a teaspoon of turmeric powder, 1 full teaspoon, heaped teaspoon of coriander powder, a nice full teaspoon. For fish biryani especially, I need a lot of fennel. So I put a 1 full heaped spoon of fennel powder, then a half teaspoon of jeera powder, 1 full teaspoon of garam masala, and lastly a chili powder. So we have marinated fish with pepper powder. We have added 8 green chilies. So watch out on your chili levels. So I'm just adding little Kashmiri chili, a teaspoon, and half a teaspoon of regular chili powder. And then some salt for the masala. We have not added any salt, but fish do have some salt, and our rice has some salt. So think and add your salt accordingly. So give it a nice mix. Masalas have cooked, the masala powders. Now I'm going to add some beaten yogurt. So I'm adding around 3 tablespoons of beaten yogurt. So that's it. So mix it nicely. So I'm going to mix this and cook till the oil oozes out. You can see the oil has oozed out after adding the yogurt. Give it a mix. The masala smells really good. So it's time to add the shallow fried fish pieces. So I'm going to add the fish. So what I've done to fish is, see, I have broken the fish into pieces. So it's good to, everybody gets a piece of the fish in the biryani. So we should not mix much. Once the fish is added, the masala should be gently coated on the fish. So be very careful. It's not like making mutton biryani or chicken biryani because fish has a very delicate flesh. So why we do that extra step of shallow frying is, to prevent the fish from breaking. So just try to coat the fish with the masala that you have gently. And before that, I'm going to add some chopped mint and coriander leaves. Same goes all that. And a final thing before we are done with the masala is add a teaspoon or 1.5 teaspoon of lemon juice. So this will really enhance the flavor of your masala. So I'm going to mix the masala nicely and our fish masala is done for the biryani. Meanwhile, I kept a pot here for cooking our rice. So I have 2.5 tablespoons of butter and I'm going to add 1 tablespoon of oil, any refined oil. Add 2 bay leaves followed by a teaspoon of ginger. So if you don't like ginger, you don't need to. And a teaspoon of shahi jeera. Give it a mix. You can also add mint leaf or coriander leaf if you like, but I'm not adding because we are going to cook the rice just with these 3 things and some salt. So once you get the nice aroma of all these, I'm going to add our rice. So I'm going to measure and see how much exactly I have. So I have 1. So this is nicely cleaned and soaked Jeeraga Sambar rice. So that's my 3rd cup. So I exactly have close to 4.5 cups of Jeeraga Sambar soaked, clean and soaked. Clean it and allow it to soak it for half an hour and then, let it dry, the rice dry with no water. So now I'm going to fry the rice gently till the aroma of the rice comes out. So look at the rice, it's getting nicely fried. You can see slight brown shade and the nice aroma of the rice coming. So this is the stage where I'm going to add hot water. So no cold water. So double the amount of hot water. So I'm going to add the water right now. I've added double the amount of hot water. So you can see the bubbles have started coming. So I'm going to add the salt that is needed for the rice. So if you're eating rice by itself, it should have little exact, the amount that salt needed should be there. So I'm going to put some salt just for the rice. That's it. Give it a mix. So put it in high flame till the rice starts floating on the top. So see the rice have come to the surface. See, very less water. So it's almost there. So I'm going to reduce the flame in a very low flame and close the lid and cook this for 10 to 12 minutes till it is 95% done. 90 to 95% done. The rice looks nicely done. So it took me exactly 12 minutes. See, they're non-sticking. They're done nicely. 95% it's done. So take it out of your stove. No more cooking. Open and keep. Don't close and keep your rice. open and keep your rice. Separate it and open and keep your rice. Fish masala is ready, rice is ready. Next is a layering process. So what I do is I remove some of the masala. So for layering, so I'll keep that aside. And then into the one set in the pan, I'm going to add some fried onions, a little bit of fried onions. Some nuts if you want to, so add some nuts so that you get rice, the nuts in every, bite, Now goes the rice. So keep adding the rice and we can slowly break down if there is any lumps. So add the rice in for the first layer. So there you go. So I'm just adding the rice. So now just level it. So break all the lumps, nicely level your rice. Okay, so next, so what you're going to do is basically add some, so after adding the nuts and the fried onions, put some mint and coriander, a little bit. Then now place the layer of fish masala that you have taken and kept. So gently keep your fish, make sure, so the fish will get cooked, whatever the remaining part of the fish that needs to be cooked, it will get cooked when we are doing a dumming process. So it will be for 15 minutes because everything is cooked in this, so we don't need to do it really for 40 minutes or 30 minutes. So it'll be quick, 15-20 minutes, that's it. So I'm adding all that fish. It tastes really and smells really good in here. So all the masala in. So now the next batch of rice. So I'm going to add the next layer of rice. So just add the rice and then level it. So I'm just gently adding the rice. Alright, now use your spoon, gently break all the lumps if you see. So I think you can add some more rice. So I'm going to add a little bit more rice. Alright, so level it again. So now finish it up with a little bit more of fried onions, a little bit of your nuts, some mint and coriander. There you go. And one small thing that you have to do is the final layer on top of the rice, just before closing the dum, add a teaspoon of ghee, So this really enhances the flavor of your biryani. Just a teaspoon, not even a full heat teaspoon, a flat teaspoon of ghee. That's it. And then you need to close, put it in a low flame and dum the whole biryani for 15 to 20 minutes. So 15 minutes of dumming done. Don't open immediately. So I waited another 15-20 minutes. So now let's see how the biryani looks. So try from the sides. See? A nice rice. The fish, everything looks nice and gorgeous. So that's your fish pieces from the bottom. That's another piece of fish. So rice, masala, everything looks good. So always take it from the side so that you don't disturb everything. So when you take it from down, so there's a way of handling this kind of biryani. So always keep those pieces what you get from the bottom on the top. See, it looks very nice, flavorful, nice smell coming. See, you have all these beautiful pieces. The biryani looks lovely. Rice is good. So we're ready to serve. A very tasty Malabar fish biryani is ready. So I have served it in a small plate. This is the way we serve. So we'll have a small piece of fish on the bottom with masala and we'll serve it on the top with another piece. And we'll have a small half-boiled egg here, cut it into half. So it looks delicious. It's tempting. So I'm going to eat it right now. So I hope you all enjoyed watching this video. Do try out the recipe and let me know in comments how it was. And keep watching. And please subscribe to The Tasty Affairs. Thank you.